Hi, I'm Jeanne Fiorini. Thanks for being here at the Tarot Tips. A subscriber wrote in and asked if I would talk a little bit about the difference and the similarities between the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. It could very easily feel like these two cards are saying the same thing. So let's compare and contrast these two cards. They do have a lot in common, but there are important ways that they're different from the other. So pull out the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles from the deck that you're using, and take my comments in the context of what you're working with in terms of your tarot deck. So what do they have in common? Both of these cards are nurturers. Both of these cards sit in their chair, and a lot of times the colors around the Empress are very earthy, earth tones. You see somebody sitting outside in nature, somebody very often luxuriously clothed, surrounded by the natural world, trees, water. There's sometimes a bunny in the Queen of Pentacles card indicating her fertility and her eagerness and her purposefulness of providing abundance. If you were to picture Russian nesting dolls, with the little one and then the bigger one and the bigger one, the Queen of Pentacles is one of the larger ones, but the Empress is the big one. The Empress is the one that contains all these other different aspects of the Empress. So the Queen of Pentacles is an energy that we can identify with, that we can say, yes, that's how I move through the world. I create security and stability for myself. My work is a reflection of my values. I might be appear to be a stable, reliable, consistent personality type. I don't mind working, I'm talking about the Queen of Pentacles. I don't mind working hard for what I can reap from my hard work. A lot of times, Queen of Pentacles is the energy of the person who is self-employed, and they are self-employed because the value of their work and their value as a person is the same thing. So, Queen of Pentacles, there goes Mary, she's a massage therapist. Or there goes Mr. Tarling, he's the arborist for the city of Portland, Maine. Okay, so that makes a good point about the gender aspect here with the Queen of Pentacles. Any of the personality cards, and really any card in tarot, is not gender specific. It's depicted as either a male or a female, and sometimes androgynous. In this case, absolutely, we have a picture of a woman, but the card doesn't mean that the person has to be a woman. It's more about energy traits, ways of moving through the world. Queen of Pentacles is considered the channeler of the energy of the element of earth. So she makes her decisions based on, okay, what's going to support my physical world, what's going to provide abundance, what is going to be renewable, what can be resourceful, all of these working with the earthly material plane kinds of ideas. Sometimes Queen of Pentacles is somebody who works with their hands. Could be somebody who builds houses, could be somebody who makes pottery or jewelry, could be somebody who works with children. Queen of Pentacles, like I said, is a mother figure, identified with being the nurturer, the person who provides security and stability and safety. So both of these cards are about preserving and creating safety and well-being in the physical plane. The Empress, on the other hand, going like this, is the energy of that. That's the quality of all of those things that the Queen of Pentacles accomplishes. So whereas we can identify with the Queen of Pentacles as a way of moving through the world, the Empress is the energy of that way of moving through the world. Okay, so it's a force of nature. It's one of those archetypes. So the Queen of Pentacles is is something that can be very personal and identified with. The Empress as an archetype is a symbolic and a universal energy that we can tap into, but we don't identify and say, I am the Empress. That would be like saying, I am I am Mother Nature, okay? Or I am the force, the life force, okay? So we can, again, tap into that, but the Empress is much more inclusive, let's say, and a non-personal energy of growth, facilitation, emergence into manifestation. The Empress is all about manifesting. So let me talk a little bit about that. As we know, numbers in the tarot are important. So if we think about the three cards that come before the Empress, we have the Fool, the Magician, and the High Priestess. I think of those as the archetypes of origin. Those three things are the things that have to be in place for the physical world to be able to emerge. So we have the Fool, which is the life force, the God spark, whatever you want to call that, Fool energy. And then the Fool splits into the opposites. The Fool is undivided, and then we split into the opposites, whether you want to call it dynamic receptive, male and female, light and dark, I know and I don't know. Okay, so the universe being built on this idea of the polarities, sperm and egg, okay? And when the God spark and the sperm and the egg come together, material world emerges. So that's why the Empress is card 3. She's the triangular, grounded establishment of the three-dimensional world. See how that's such a larger concept than the Queen of Pentacles is? So the Queen of Pentacles is contained in that Empress energy, but is only a portion of it. So back to the Empress as both the vehicle through which life can manifest, as well as the physical ground of the earth and the material plane. It's helpful or interesting to remember or to know that the word maternal and the word material both come from the same either Greek or Latin root, mater, M-A-T-E-R, which is about matter, groundedness, earth-based foundation, let's say. So material world, maternal, all those things are part of this archetypal constellation that the Empress embodies. Now, after the Empress, so we have this raw material, let's say, of the physical plane. The Emperor comes along, the next card, and says, oh, I think I will order this raw material. I will take this ground, this earth, and build buildings. I will create governments. I will build ideas. Okay, so the logos, the thinking aspect, the rationale of the natural world comes in and organizes with the Emperor. That's another story. So we can see, I think, how the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress are very similar. Think of them maybe as, a big sister with the Empress, or this idea about the wisdom of the earth. Okay, and then the Queen of Pentacles is much more personal, identifiable, more specific in her approach to life. Let's provide comfort, let's provide security, let's provide enjoyment of the physical life while we are here. Let's wear nice clothes, let's be financially secure, let's eat good food, let's nurture our physical body. Okay, let's support the earthly plane. Okay, I hope that's helpful rather than making things worse. We'll see you next time. Thanks for being here.